Alright guys, so I guess I started cutting. A little hot in here, but anyways, that's fine. But I started cutting the bell housing and kind of trying to get where I want to be, type shit. And that's what I priced out, because if I were to like get a plug and play solution, that mean I'd need to get a 370Z tranny. Um, I don't know how much they are. I know some of them go for 1,000. Let's say even if I can get it for 500 through Keystone or whatever it may be, or who are them people? I don't know, whatever. If that would be the case, that'd be 500, and then I'd want to put the external slave kit, because they do have an issue where the slave cylinder, it's an internal slave, and that shit fails, and then next year I got to drop the whole transmission to change that out. I kind of go through a slave cylinder on this car once every year, and so I rather keep the external little $16 part and swap it out and done. So with that being said, I'm doing this. So I put this here for you guys to see what I'm doing. If you guys know about the KA kit, the Mazworks kit, they take the Z32 and they kind of just like machine out this top piece, and then they take a plate with some countersunk holes. They you bolt that onto the KA block, and then on this like thick inch aluminum piece that the plate, like the transmission will bolt up. So I kind of took that same idea, but then I'm just trying to basically make it not a conversion plate, but like a solid. And so that's where, kind of, so this will be the original transmission from that all the way down. Everything else that I cut out here, like this half moon, will be these pieces here. Now I did cut it in two, because with the slave cylinder like right here, I need to have a to bolt this up, the slave cylinder on there. So instead of just like kind of cutting it short here, whatever, I said let me go as furthest as I can, to where basically on that side, on the bottom, I think I lose this bolt, or hold on, this on this side with the starter, I lose this bolt here, but then I got the rest that go along the bottom. So that will give me, things. Or if not, maybe, because there's one bolt that goes to the block. It comes like right here. So the slave cylinder is going to sit right there. There's no way for me to, kind of do it. I mean, and it's just one bolt. It's not going to be a big deal. Coming from the, what do you call it, engine to tranny. I mean, like I said, it's not that big. So I was originally going to cut here, but then if I do that, I'm only left with like, see, if I wasn't cut here, I'm only left with that little bit. So at least I came here and then cut that all out, going around, and then cut to like right here. What I'm doing is cutting a little bit longer on here. So and then once I get this cut off, I could bolt that up, this stock the old VG, old DE bell housing, and then kind of machine these parts, because basically, I'm using a cutoff wheel, some tape, as you can see, to line up where my sawzall. So, I mean, it looks pretty uniform, but anyhow, like I said, I'm cutting more. I cut more on this and cut less on that. So, and then I can come to a middle, and then have it, nice and snug. There's no big gaps, and then bam, just take the fuck out this bitch. So it looks pretty cool. Hopefully my plan comes up together. So let me see. Oh wow, I guess it does switch automatically. Cool. So I went to my boy's shop today, and then he's got a friend, you guys know Andre EMS. He had the, I think it was like 840 KAT. Well, it went pretty nasty. Guy, he's real good with cars, in terms, I think he's like an aerospace mechanic or engineer, some shit like that. But anyways, dude's thing. But I was talking to my boy, and he's talking to me about his, you know, follow him on Instagram. I was like, yeah, you know, every time I go there, he says the same thing. And but he took what do you call a high rev motor. I don't know if it was a 35 or 37. Couldn't, you know, I don't know. Like I said, I haven't really followed the specs, but you know, he was saying basically how he was changing out the like the transmission, that he's not going to use this, which he's going to use a BMW 6-piece jet rag. And I believe these were the same thing. I don't even know. I can't remember. I'm not gonna, you know, whatever. But did some other stuff he did on the front, because he removed the what's that thing called, the VVT. But then I think his might be, I don't know, because when I remembered, his shit was in the front. Yeah, I don't know. Whatever, he's got that. But he was just telling me how he's doing all this, and like, oh, you should do that. I'm like, nah, son, so I gotta do this myself. I gotta be a pioneer, you know what I mean? We'll see. With all these white hairs, I don't know if that's aluminum dust or if that's just really white hairs. Probably white hairs. But anyhow, so that's what's up, guys. So trying to get going. Hopefully I can cut out this bell housing, mock her up, and then, you know, get it to sit nice and flat, and then start, you know, wiggling these pieces, the jigsaw pieces. So it's gonna be very fun and interesting. All right, guys. All right, so my plan's coming together. This is actually the hardest piece here. Basically, what do you call it? I kind of notched everything out to go. I'm just cleaning up and doing it little by little. But once that sits in there flush, you know, I'll be good. And so, yeah, I just got to start trimming up the back. You know, I was doing that up front. But anyhow, yeah, that's what's up. And then the bottom is pretty straightforward. There's nothing too crazy about that. So yeah, once I get this shit like fitting in there, then I'll bolt that. And what the good thing about this is, because since I have this dowel and then these things, this starter should keep the relation perfect to where I need it. What I probably will do is, once I have it bolted up and I do some tack welds, I'll put the starter in, jump it, and then see if it engages good. It doesn't, you know, then I might need some modifications. But I seriously doubt, because I like I said, I have the dowel pin that from the block, and then those two bolts to there, so I should be good. But you know, there is a little bit of play, but then that little bit of, you know, slap or slosh or whatnot, you know, shouldn't be too crazy, because, you know, starters, they're not like precise like bearings and shit to the thou. I mean, I would imagine those are probably at least to, I don't know, maybe an eighth of slop. I don't know, I'm just talking shit now. But anyhow, so at least I'm getting that going. Like I said, this is the hardest one, so hopefully I can get this shit sitting there nice, slot, you know, bolt it down and then tack it. And there might be some spots to where it's a little bit of a gap. I mean, I can fill it up with filler, but I think what I may do too is get like another piece of aluminum and just put it on top and then lock it, so that kind of locks both beads, you know, just to make it stronger. I mean, I am going to do that because aluminum's so easy to work with. And, you know, you can get little aluminum strips, which I have some from when I was doing my intake piping. Or actually, well, not the piping, but the intercooler piping. But anyhow, regardless, hopefully I can, next time the camera turns on, she will be mounted up slightly. All right. Well, guys, I guess I am a sloppy mechanic. I fucked up, but we'll see what's up. Anyhow, as you can see, motor is mounted up. I mean motor. Starter's mounted up. Bell housing's locked on. This piece is locked on. But when I was cutting, I got a little too crazy, I guess, with working with this on the ground to there. And so, I mean, I still would have had a gap, but it would have been that big of a gap. So I just have this. But what I'll do, I'll just take a plate of aluminum and stick it in there, tack it, and then just weld it up, and that'll help seal it up. But everything else, like you see there, I got, you know, a pretty good lip to do some welds, and it's actually good because it's not a butt weld on some parts. It's more, you know, like a lap joint. And so, but this is all nice and flush, everything. So I'm pretty good. Like, I'm like happy. So with that being said, oh, and then like down here, so this is where it got a little tricky. My slave cylinder goes there, but basically I needed this to be open, so I probably won't be able to get a stud on there, so I'll probably change this one out, or probably just change both out to Allen key heads. But anyhow, yeah, this is all set and secure. Now just to work on the bottom piece, which I don't know, I gotta figure out if I'm gonna turn the motor more, or if I'm just gonna get my, you know, motor lifter, what do you call it, cherry picker, and then lift it up. But I got, you know, like, so that I can get in there. At least if I, you know, tack all of this, weld it while it's nice and tight, and get it, then I can come back in and then fill up, you know, little voids and stuff with, you know, a little metal. But yeah, I'm kind of mad about that, but it's all good. It's still gonna be functional. So, and then at the same part, you know, even if I don't weld this on, this whole thing welded with the other piece on the bottom would be strong as fuck. But we ain't gonna go that sloppy. Plus I could practice my aluminum welds. But yeah, that's what's up. All right, guys, just in case if you're trying to figure out how I got such straight cuts. Yeah, okay. But yeah, this is, you know, obviously you guys do that. Some use, you know, you can mark it, but I do like the tape because it's a little thing. But anyhow, yeah, so I'm cutting that, and then hopefully I should be able to bolt that on, and then bolt everything else on, and then it's weld time, bitches. But that probably won't happen until tomorrow. I want to go in my damn pool. It's hot as fuck out here. All right, what up, y'all? Man, it's been one hell of a day. Well, I mean, whatever. I mean, working from home, whatever, and then kind of sliding in, do a little shit in the garage, you know, whatever. And then, but basically, this is what's... Look at this shit. So you guys already seen the updates, videos of that. You know, the starters engaged with all that. And then now I got this side done. So this motor is completely... It's ready for welding, bro. So... The cool thing about this, oh, what the fuck, I got this shit, oh snap, I didn't even know I had this thing. So, you know, 0.5, then up, zoom, close. Okay, you're not fucking with this bullshit. Let me go 0.5 so it shows it shows all the horribleness in the background. Anyways, so I'm fucking with this shit, and I kind of had some drinks, celebration drinks. But so I got that plate done. So this one's, you know, the one from the automatic bell housing that wraps around. This all sits nice and flush on that side. It all sits flush on that side. Don't mind that big ass gaping hole. It's a glory hole, but I will fill her up. Not with Boston cream. But anyhow, oh, let's see. I never looked at this way inside here. Well, you can't really see shit, but that's how this shit's gonna go. So tomorrow, hopefully, I can go and start tacking some welds and laying welds, and then leaving it bolted up to the engine, because I'm gonna use the engine as a jig so it doesn't flex or do any of that crazy shit. And that's what's up. So like I said, I could do that, turn the motor over, tack a little bit on this side, or run a bead, whatever I need to do. I mean, basically I need to just like tack there, and then start, you know, running a bead. But it's crazy because even from like right here, when you look at it like this, bro, that looks like a normal tranny. You don't even see the crazy shit. So I don't know, man. I'm just trying to say, you guys, if there's a will, there's a way. Oh, and I had to buy a new grinder. My old one took a shit, and yeah, that one was like 55 bucks, 54 bucks plus tax, probably like 58, I don't know, whatever. But I got the paddle now instead of an on switch. I was gonna look at getting like an electronic, a battery one, like for that. But I remember my boys, he's got a Porter Campbell or Makita or some shit, And it's like you use it, and then that shit it runs out mad quick. So I was like, fuck that. Let me go stay with my core is what I know. And plus, those got a 3-year limited warranty. I don't even know, whatever. But still, for what I use it for, that's what's up. But anyhow, she's good to go. So lock down some welds. So once I weld, it's gonna be ripping this baby out, mounting the clutch, flywheel, all that to this. I need to get a pilot bushing, and I need to take off the automatic like spacer that's there for the flex plate. What else? Jesus. I think that's pretty much it for like the drivetrain side. When I do everything come back, I do need to extend my starter cable to my battery, as well as the signal. The signal's the easy part. The other one, you know, I probably need to get some I don't even know, craziness. But so, all right, guys. Well, hopefully tomorrow I'll come back with a video with her all bolted up, and then be like a successful DE to VHR. What do you call it? Conversion. All right, guys. Late.